Alright. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the video here. It is a Salt Mines episode where we watch people have mental breakdowns while they're playing Starcraft. I'm recording this just a few days before Christmas, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope for Christmas you want to watch people have mental breakdowns and be irrational morons while they play Starcraft. Down here representing Tacos, we have Ben. In the Zerg shoes, up against in the top left, we have an army of snakes. Very cool guy, bunch of I's, lowercase i's, ones, and an L, or lowercase L's, capital I's and ones that are indistinguishable because they show up exactly the same. You use this to hide your identity, something that a pro gamer might justifiably use when practicing for a tournament, and regular Joes will use on the ladder because they are weirdo tryhards who want to be anonymous. Are you going to just sit back for 15 minutes until you have ultras? Says Army of Snakes. Ben answered with a justified, what? You gonna spread the creep, bitch? Are you okay? What the? This is such a... Okay, so basically, guys, I think we're getting a bit of context. You're gonna spread that creep, bitch, like butter across this map? I think we're getting a bit of context out of the gate on what happened in the previous ladder game against a completely different opponent to Army of Snakes. And that is, their opponent spread creep, built Ultralisks, and rolled over the top of them. Yeah, you spread that creep. Now, hot take, guys. Announcing to your opponent things that you hate playing against, suck playing against, and have no idea what to do against is probably one of the dumbest things you can do in a StarCraft game. Now, some people struggle with this concept. I explain this all the time during this show, and there's always a few people who I'm pretty sure are the guys raging in the Salt Mines episodes who come into my comments like, well, no, what are you talking about? You're an idiot. You stupid head. And I'm like, mate, you're telling your opponent the strategy that you struggle with at the start of the game. It's like putting a target on your back and saying, shoot here, headshot here, shoot here. I feel like as Ben, you've got a pretty easy decision in this game, which is, spread creep and make Ultralisks. I mean, you spread a creep tumor, this guy's already going to be triggered. He was triggered before the bloody game started, let alone if you show him an Ultralisk. This is going to be a factory before command center, super crappy opening. With no Marine, no Reaper here for the Terran. SCV is going to build a bunker. He doesn't even have a unit that's building to put in the bunker. So this is a, I want to make you overreact bunker, which sometimes does get a good reaction. In this scenario, he's just going to build the standard 4 Zerglings, send 2 drones, clear it up, and then go back to mining. Don't think this is really going to cause too much whatsoever. Starport does go down behind this. Second gas now as well. And of course, rallying 1 alien across the map, which cannot get inside the bunker. The drones do take care of the SCV. They're going to go back to mining. And it looks like a pretty easy hold for Ben as they go up to 3 bases. Now, I have no idea what level this game is, but from what we've seen so far, average APM is 140 for a Terran player, which is way too high for how bad his build order is. And the Zerg only about 90. We're probably looking at, I would guess, a Diamond 3 game here, just from generally what's happening. They're both doing a fair amount of stuff, but the build orders look rather trash, a bit disorganized and a bit made up. Despite that, they're probably very good at some things, very bad at other things. It's kind of the Diamond 3 mix where compared to a player who doesn't really know how to play competitive StarCraft, you're an untouchable god, and compared to a Masters Plus player, you really don't know what you're doing. It's that fun middle ground. You're kind of so much better than the ultimate casual, but so much worse than a super tryhard player. Diamond 3 is a really fun place on the ladder. I really think Diamond 3 is just, you never know what's going to happen in a Diamond 3 game. It's one of my favorite parts of the StarCraft ladder to observe, you know, because there will be moments where they shock me with how well they do something. I'm like, damn, that's amazing. And then there are other moments where for 5 minutes straight, I'm going, what is your strategy? What is the goal here? What do you think you're doing? Speaking of which, we're building reacted Marines and Blue Flame Hellions. Why are we making Blue Flame if we're making tanks? Is it just for 3 Hellions? Are we making an upgrade for 3 Hellions? Please build more factories if we're bothering with Blue Flame. So it's a 2 command center, very slow macro build for the Terran. Ben has a layer up insanely early while going for an insanely fast 3rd base. And doesn't really have any defense. So Ben is like literally naked to any sort of aggression right now, could do massive damage. Luckily for them, Army of Snakes is literally just sitting at home doing nothing. So Ben is getting away with murder right now. He's going to make a few Lings and Banes to have some defenses ready. And they should really breathe a sigh of relief they're being allowed to do that, because 5 minutes, 3 Queens, and they only had 2 Zerglings there. Now they've got 12 Zerglings, 2 Banelings, they'll have 24 and they are going to be a lot safer very shortly. Scan goes down in the main, sees the Baneling Nest and the double Evo chamber, which does tell you Blue Flame Hellions are going to be really effective here. You should be getting a few more factories, but no, we're going to go multiple barracks and keep building siege tanks. Literally, we've made Blue Flame for 4 Hellions. There are levels of brain damage in StarCraft that usually cap out at Silver League. This guy's clearly doing a lot of things, Army of Snakes. Scanning, microing, but none of them make sense. It's impressively disjointed and uncoordinated that the build order Army of Snakes is going for here. Lings probably could have just A-moved that, but wise to pull back from the Blue Flame Hellions for Ben. It's rare we get to cast people who just have normal names, right? Oh, it's Ben. It's Jack. It's friggin'... It's Neville Longbottom. 11 drones are on the way. Second factory is going to go down. Okay, so it's a proper biomech build. This might not be Diamond. I mean, thing is, he's doing a lot of things. It really could be Diamond 3, even though the build is very silver-oriented, in that we're kind of going bio, but we're not actually making stim or engineering bay upgrades. But we're going Blue Flame. We're not really building Hellions, but we kind of are. We've got 2 factories, 3 barracks, you know. Lib flies in. Oh, the Lib already killed 10 drones. I'm sorry, guys. I totally missed it. Oh, man. Okay, it's actually doing good damage. Where'd the Queen go? I don't know. All the Queens pulled to the front, I guess. Luckily, the Lib does finally go down. Lib actually did some really good damage. Woo-wee. And Ben going to be stabilizing for a moment. Now, of course, for those who don't know, we've already seen the barcode here. Our Railroad, Army of Snakes, basically just complain about creep and ultras, right? This is pretty decent creep spread for this early on. And they've already scanned multiple times to kill single creep tumors, which is not really worth it. So I think Ben has realized, hey, we go melee upgrades. We spread creep. We're already doing step 1 of the plan to trigger our opponent here. Meanwhile, 3rd command center on location, rallying workers to the 3rd. Not the worst thing in the world. Definitely not the best. And we're going to have just tanks on the high ground as insurance. Okay, I mean... That's not the worst. 2 Liberators coming in. Still forgetting about engineering bay upgrades, which means the longer these double upgrades go, the more worthless Marines are going to get the longer this game does continue. 5 more Blue Flame Hellions going out. You know what's great, guys? These SCVs got told to repair that Hellion, but... Oh, he does correct the orders, shockingly. There's a 13-kill Hellion. Oh my god, there's a 6-kill Hellion and a 13-kill Hellion. These guys are veterans. Going to come in and attack a hatchery, announcing his intention to drive in. Banelings will easily deal with that if they can roll into them. But the Lings and the Banes appear to be on separate control groups, something you almost never want to do, guys. Only in ZVZ, where the opponent's actually going to want to blow up your Banelings with their Banelings. Do you want these on separate control groups? Otherwise, you just want them all on the same. There's no reason to use them independently most of the time. Liberator's coming in from the left side. Already gets a kill. Drones do pull away. Spore's going to move. This Liberator's going to dance around, but there's a Queen there ready as well. Unfortunately, no high ground vision on this cliff. But, ooh, Queen's doing good damage. And I think that Queen will go down, but the one on the high ground will take care of it. It's only going to kill 1 or 2 drones. It's not too bad. Does end up defending. Now, the bio is moving across the map with no medevacs. No tanks either. So it's just, I'm sending a pack of bio to the top right of this map. How did this base get scouted? I think the Hellions drove past it. Hellions driving through the middle right now. Queens are in position. Once again, scanning to remove the creep, which is just going to be so easily replaced. Hatchery gets cancelled to the top right side. The Terran player's way ahead in this game, guys. Ben is not macroing very well right now. These Liberators have done a massive amount of distraction, and Ben is hugely overreacting by massing Spore Crawlers and not building army. 50 supply free, only 50 drones. Ben has just been tilted off the face of the earth by a couple of Liberators harassing. 3 Liberators is not good for 14 drones only. This is not that much damage. But Ben is not producing, and now Ben attacking without any units. Oh no! But it's okay if the Terran player doesn't know how to spread the bio. The Terran walks on creep, clumps the bio to the max, takes massive Baneling hits, and despite being up 30 supply, is stalled out on the edge of creep. Now, it should be dropping scans, but it's hard to drop scans when you built a planetary on your 3rd base. Guys! If you're going to build planetaries on your bases, you should be playing mech and turtling. Banelings, 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 Banelings. Okay, not very good hits, but the tank does get killed by the Zerglings there, which is something. Dude, this is... he's playing an aggressive bio style, but he forgot to get upgrades for his bio, is Ben, as the army gets rolled over. So he's playing an aggressive bio rally, and yet he's got 3 tanks that he left at home on the high grounds and a planetary and a full bunker. This handicap race, you're handicapping yourself. You're doing an aggressive bio style, but you're playing like a mech player because you're making blue flame planetaries and no bio upgrades. You're literally doing the stupidest play you possibly could. This is a classic defeating yourself before the game starts. He's like, handicap race. Ben's like, play the game and quit whining, bitch, which is absolutely the correct response. Ben is still losing in this game on everything that's not upgrades. But 2-2's coming in, and if you get a hive and actually get to ultras, you can spend this big bank that's building up. Mag field's coming in. That is the most useless upgrade. So the Terrans making one single upgrade for their full bio-committed army, and they're investing everything else in random factories and armories and things like that. Fancy micro with the hot pickup, but you don't have any attack upgrades for your Marines, and you're still massing Marine Marauder. This is one of the most disjointed styles I've ever seen. Look at this, guys. 200 APM, like a friggin'... This is... You've got clearly pretty good mechanics. You just don't know how to play the game. This is basically what happens when a Call of Duty player plays StarCraft, guys. He's like, I've got really good headshot micro. I know how to click on things. Unfortunately, I don't have any brain power, and I am going to get absolutely rolled by Banelings on creep repeatedly. Oh my god. Dude, when 2-2 kicks in, there's going to be a 4 upgrade advantage for Zerg in this game. A 4 upgrade advantage, which means Zerglings are going to ruin Marines. But don't worry, guys. He's got Cloak for his Ghosts, and he's got Magfield for his Cyclones on the way. Oh, my lord. Garbage! He's trying to say garbage, but instead he's gone /grabbage. Grabbage, by the way, is a vegetable that they do grow in the section of the White House lawn these days where the pussies are, I believe. That's an unhinged reference. Infestation pits on the way. Hydras are building with groove spines. We've got 3 Marines on the right side as well. Double Hellbat drop on the left side as well. Trash! Trash! Stupid Zerg! Okay, 3 Marine drop. There's Queens and Lings right there. That's going to get shut down. But no anti-air. Oh, there's 4 spore. Oh my god, he made mass spore for the lib, so that should help later on. Oh, the Hellbat drop goes down to the spores. One Hellbat does get out, but the Lings should deal with that. And the drones will return to micro, to clean it up, sorry. The drones will return to macro. Ben's economy really sucks. Ben really needs to like hold the drone key down and just get a ton more hatcheries, which he's finally doing now. And with 2-2 upgrades, as you can see, these Marines don't do damage, guys. They're doing, I think, 5 damage a shot. They've got +1 now. At least 2 1s finally on the way. And now we're swapping into mech. So basically, the entire style that Army of Snakes has played this whole game is trying to play mech, right? 2 factory Hellion harass, planetaries, tanks on the high ground. So like their whole setup has been mech focused, but they keep attacking with low upgraded bio. It's a very, very disjointed style. It makes no logical sense. Oh, and those Banes and Lings surrounding deep on creep. That is an one-sided engagement there. Ben evening out the supply for the first time in many minutes of this game. And he's going to clean up those Widow Mines as well. You just got to be absolutely flabbergasted by a player's ability to not understand what the goal of their own style is. And this is why there's a lot of players who get stuck despite having good mechanics in StarCraft, and it's because they don't have the ability to sit down and write down their build order. When I'm coaching someone, one of the first things I do is write out your build order for me. And there's a lot of players who never end up getting a coaching session with me because they're very annoyed that I would ask that. And I go, like, what's your plan? And they go, I want you to tell me the plan, coach. And I'm like, what, how many games have you played? They're like, 5,000. And I'm like, so just write down your plan for say, TVZ. And they'll be like, I make Marines and then stuff. And I'm like, dude, if your brain is not organized to even write down a plan, you're going to struggle to improve at StarCraft. What can I say? This game does require a little bit of planning and critical thinking. And we go, trash, joke race, you're harass immune. What do you mean your libs did crazy damage? It's not harassment. You keep diving at unupgraded army on creep and getting surrounded by banelings. That's not harassment. That's you throwing your army away. Points to make me not make drones not kill me. And here we go. The homophobic slur comes out, calls him a hag. You know, the word that rhymes with hag, which is, of course, a pretty standard one. Ben is going to be very shocked by that. If you are offended by being called homophobic slurs and you haven't been on the internet for the last 30 years, that one really gets straight at the heart of you. I do feel like there are a few guys out there, you know, living on a mountain somewhere who might be offended by being called a hag. Most other people kind of go, this guy's angry. I feel like if you go for the racist slur or the homophobic slur, it's pretty satisfying for the opponent because they know that you've lost any mental control and you're basically just really upset and then coping Hellions still have not cleared the creep up here at all. Dude, the respread on the creep has been impressive. I really feel like Ben was on the ropes for a long time, but he just keeps respreading creep, knowing that this creep is going to trigger him. And he still misses the creep tumor with another scan. There's something really satisfying about him not being able to clear creep. He's going to go for some double drops in the corners. Does deny a hatchery there. But I got to say, it's making me really happy seeing him unable to clear the creep. It's especially with only 2 orbitals, remember. He doesn't have enough scans, even if he wanted to. Ben right now, withstanding the multi-drops. Unfortunately, Ben's kept their whole army on one control group, which means they've sent 20 Hydras, 30 Banelings, and 100 Zerglings all the way to the left corner of the map. Not the best move for Ben, but, you know, Ben's going to move the army back to the other side. Does Ben know how to control group steal the army onto two groups? If he does, it'll be really good. At this point, Ben's army group is probably just F2. I think Twitch chat's correct on that one. No, he's got separate groups now. Oh, because he's keeping this army separate. So he's got Ling Hydra there and then Ling Bane there. He's split into 2 groups. Let's go, Ben. Let's go. Unfortunately, you do want Banelings with this group as well. You don't want pure Ling Hydra and then all your Banelings on the other group. You really want your armies to be mixed. This is not, guys, when you split your army, you just want a mix of everything on both sides of the map. Not like this. This army's really bad against Hellbats, and this army's really bad against tanks and Widow Mines. You want to have a mix, man. Oh, the Ultra Cavern's going down. The Ultra Cavern's going down, guys. Adrenal never got made, but 2-2 is finished. Terran is now at 2-1, though, so the upgrade advantage is disappearing. Luckily for the Zerg, the Terran keeps walking on creep with like 6 Hellbats and 6 Marauders, while most of the Terran supply is, I guess, in production. It's siege tanks on the high ground, and the Zerg's just rolling over these armies. Now we've got a Ghost Hellbat army still shoving on... Why are you shoving on creep? You've been complaining about creep the whole time. Scan it and spread. Spread, you absolute nincompoop. He has no idea how to pre-spread his units. So this is another thing. This is what I call Terran syndrome, guys. You know where Terrans watch pro players. They watch Clem. He stutter steps on creep, guns down 10 Banelings, picks up at the last second, boosts away. If you are a 500 APM 23-year-old Frenchman with the best mechanics that we've ever seen in all of StarCraft 2, great way to play. If your army of snakes, Diamond 3 Baboon on the ladder, probably not the smartest strategy. Maybe spread your units out before the fight starts so you don't get completely mauled while failing to micro correctly. Do nothing. N-word goes for the old racist slur there. Ben says, calm down, bro. Make me calm down. Well, I don't think that's his goal. At the start of the game, you told him that he's going to go for the Peugeot. And he's obviously putting the spaces in there to make sure the Blizzard censorship doesn't catch it, because he doesn't know if his opponent's got the censorship on or not, to try and block out the slurs and things. Ben's just like, heart, man. I don't know what heart means. Maybe he's saying this is bad for your heart. Calm down, take a deep breath. I am mauling you. But there's still a lot of Terran units coming in, attacking on 3 sides. The creep is starting to get pushed back. Luckily, there are 10 Ultras on the way right now. They don't have chitinous plating. Guys, I have a feeling Ben never makes Ultras. I don't think Ben makes Ultras very much. Ben is, maybe he's just so busy defending that he can't focus. But I feel like the most important upgrade everyone knows is you make chitinous plating, then you build Ultras, right? You always click that upgrade. It's the most important thing. But I think Ben is like, I've never built this unit before. Everyone says it's bad. But this guy complained. He was like, no, you're going to sit in your corner and build Ultras and spread creep. Spread that creep like butter, bitch. Spread that creep like butter. And you're just like, it's such a weird thing to say at the start of the game, but also kind of told on himself that he doesn't know how to beat Ultras. Admittedly, Ghosts do beat Ultras, but all the Ghosts have already run on creep and died. And, yeah, this is going to be a real problem, man. Oh, my. Can the Ultras just A-move now? I think they can. I think it's time for Ben to go. Ben's struggling to defend these expansions. His creep's been pushed back quite a bit. He's going to go for that left side. Command Center was already blocked a little bit by the Zergling. Bane's morphing on the front. The Ultras are there. It's 2-2 against 3-2. Terran! Army of Snakes has actually got the upgrade advantage after all this time, believe it or not. The Ultras are spreading out, which means this fight in the top side is actually really good for Terran, especially with no chitinous plating on the Ultras, but the Planetary is going to go down, and a good pullback here for Ben. I mean, Ben could turn and fight now that the army's come into the open. Banelings do get a few pretty good hits there. Once again, Army of Snakes showing some of that brilliant spreading on the units. Wow! N-word, nice. Kill 3cc, just A moving. He only killed 1. I don't know where the other planetary was. I think he killed it over here earlier. What do you mean? He killed one, you friggin' moron. I think he forgot this command center, left it off. You said you didn't know how to beat ultras. I build ultras, mate. You are a gay... Yeah, he's using the gay slur Zerg player. LOL. I think the only person laughing is Ben as he takes your points to the bank, mate. Your ladder points are disappearing. You might not have guessed, but I am indeed not straight in real life. Oh! Oh, I saw this comment. Oh my god. He's literally like, you've been calling me gay for the last 10 minutes. By the way, I am actually... I'm not straight. Like, I am gay. Like, this is like... Oh no, you're calling me gay. It's so bad that I'm gay. And we're seeing... Okay, so Army of Snakes is like, so effing rigged. GG. So he doesn't even know what to say now. He's just like, yeah, so rigged. Okay, and yeah, and he's gonna just pivot fully into the N-word now. No more homophobic slurs, realizing they don't affect Ben. Ben's like, I love dicks, mate. You can tell me all the time that I'm super gay. I don't care. Not even one thing run by. You were in a game for 20 minutes, and you only played for 2 minutes of the game. Mate, you were attacking in 3 places, throwing your army repeatedly. Talking about how you didn't want to play against ultras and creep spread. He did the thing you said you don't want to play against, and now you're complaining that he did it. Dude, you're the biggest idiot ever. He goes back to the homophobic slur at the end there. He's like, wait, maybe it will hurt you. Maybe it will insult you. He's like, you're gay. That's like someone coming up to me and just you know, he's just like, Pig, you stream Starcraft. Ha! And I'm like, yeah, I know, that's what I do. And he's like, oh! And you're like, yeah, I mean, this is meant to be offensive in some way. I don't really know, man. But yeah, guys, here's a hot strategy. If you want to improve at StarCraft, don't tell your opponent the thing that you're tilted against at the start of the game, or they will do it. And then your complaints will feel even stupider the longer the game goes. Also, hot tip, guys, if you have 212 APM and you're stuck in the bottom of Diamond 3, maybe you should think about doing a strategy that has any cohesion or any logic to it. This man basically did a mech build, rushed Blue Flame and a Planetary on the 3rd with siege tanks on the high ground, and then threw poorly upgraded Bio onto creep repeatedly. This was like a perfect mixture of a player who could easily be High Masters or GM with these mechanics, but they have the brain power of maybe a single ant. Maybe 3 ants combined. I think maybe 3 ants would probably have a similar neuron capacity to this player. Like, the only thing, like, there's so many players I talk to who love StarCraft, and like, I'm just not fast enough. I can't click fast enough. I can't multitask fast enough. This player's problem is they just can't think good. And that's really where they've got to put their work to improve. Ben, on the other hand, got frozen up by the libs a few times, struggled to keep up at a few points with the multitasking, spread creep, made ultras, and friggin' destroyed him as the game went on. GG, well played, Ben. Thank you for submitting that. All right, guys, of course, we do have a post-game message as well. He says, you N-word bitch, you do nothing all game. Ben says, I'm having fun. Are you? LOL, if you enjoy this, you are sad. In a game for 20 minutes, you only played for 2. Go be an N-word somewhere else. Fajo, loser. I clicked more buttons than you, actually, because my APM was higher in the game. I don't know if you noticed that. Oh, and really sad. You aren't playing in your league. Really sad. What's my league, I wonder? So they come in at the end. I guess they also trying to accuse them of smurfing. Probably have the Masters League bug. I just want to remind everybody, there's a lot of people out there like, there's so many smurfs on the ladder. The number of Salt Mines games I get where the guy rages and then at the end is like, DMing them going, you're smurfing, you're in Masters League. Or in the game, they go, you're in Masters League, you're a smurf. There's 2 things here. Number 1, most people, maybe half of the people, when they get placed now, get put in Masters League. They're not actually in Masters. Their MMR is still correct. They still get matched with correct people. It is a bug. Sometimes you can fix this by leaving game repeatedly, and it'll put you in the correct league. A lot of the time you can't. That Masters League means nothing. The MMR is the only thing that matters. Stop thinking people are smurfing because they have a Masters border. It's not true. That's the first thing. The second thing, many times afterwards, the guy who's calling the other guy a smurf because of the Masters border, they've gone and checked the match history and they send me screenshots of the other guy has been leaving games instantly to lower their MMR. So just remember, guys, if someone is accusing you of smurfing because you have the Masters bug, there's probably a decent chance, at least from my anecdotal Salt Mine submissions, if they're raging and calling you a smurf based off of a Masters border bug, they're usually someone who actually smurfs a fair bit themselves because they are a loser who wants to play lower ranked opponents to get some easy wins. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Salt Mines. I have a flood of funny submissions. If you guys get any good Christmas related ones, please send those in to me. I've already had a few people wishing the Grinch upon people and stuff like that, but not quite enough to throw into an episode of its own. So if you have any Christmas, New Year's, or holiday-related Rage or Salt, please send that to me. I'll check again just before the new year, and I hope we can make a special kind of holiday episode. But thanks so much, everyone who's already been submitting. We've had so many submissions recently, and I've also been trying to compile a few of them where I can't quite do a whole cast of a replay, but I can at least grab a funny insult from it and maybe throw that into a compilation where, because, you know, guys, sometimes you guys send me games where there's a hilarious insult, but it's at 25 minutes of a very boring game. I don't want to cast 25 minutes of a game for one funny insult, right? But I might throw those into compilations. So keep sending them in. Thank you very much. And please, once again, remember to send me a link to the Drop SC website where you've uploaded the website. I'm getting a lot of files people send me. It just makes it much easier if you guys upload it to Drop SC and send that to me. Also, since I've talked about it, very few people forgetting to send replays with their submissions, which has been a nice change. Previously, it was 30%. I feel like the last few weeks, almost everyone has actually attached the replay of the game they're submitting to me. Wild! Better than attaching, though, is sending a link to the Drop SC link, because then I can get it organized much easier. Anyway, thanks everyone who's been supporting the Patreon. Sorry for blabbing on here at the end of the video for so long. Please support if you guys want to. Massive thanks to Pedden and Dragosar, Ivy, and Oko H, who are all conductors of our D-Town Express. We really appreciate all of you, as well as everyone else here on the Wall of Bacon. Oh, thank you very much for your bacon grease. We'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Much love, everybody. Bye-bye.